Hey, how we doing today? Today we got some does that we need to get treated for some mites and lice. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me as I get these guys treated. Usually I use this E-Pro for mites and lice, not during the show season, or for does that we have that are just brood does basically. This E-Pro works pretty good. It comes from Starbar. I usually use it in this half-gallon container. Use 20 mLs for the half-gallon and put it in, shake it up, and she's ready to spray on the does. Like I said, really like what it does. Either 1 or 2 treatments and they're ready to go. So let's go get these girls treated. So I just gotta build some pressure on this. We got one doe right here that we need to get treated. Always hard to do with one hand. Hopefully I can do this and bring you guys along with me. Some of these guys, you can tell that they've been itching. Like I said, Brooke kind of told me, hey, these girls need to be treated. There's a few of them that need treated, so all we do is go spray them down the back. They don't like it very much, but that's about all you need, is just a little squirt. These other does over here are a few does that I got back from my mom. They're going to be used for a buck collection that we got coming on November 2nd through B&D Genetics. If you're interested in that, get a hold of B&D Genetics. I will leave a link down below. If you have any bucks in northern Indiana, northern Ohio, Michigan, B&D Genetics will be here on the farm doing a buck collection. We're going to use them for teaser does, I guess. After that, they'll be for sale actually. So if you're interested in a few reasonable does, one's a dapple doe. I think she's like 50%, but I don't know if my mom had any paperwork on her or not. And the other one is my stepbrother's doe he used for fair, and actually came from here. One of our old percentage does that we had that actually produced us some pretty good kids, and we actually still have some of her kids in this pen here. She's a nice doe. She's not bad. Somebody getting started or looking for a recip, she'll be available. She'll be available after November 2nd, I think it is. Somewhere in there. Collection is on the screen so you can see it. Plus it'll be down in the description. So over here in the big doe pen, got a couple of these does that are limping as well that I got to take care of. Probably bring you guys along with that, as trimmed their feet a couple weeks ago and they were wrapped, most of them. So now I just gotta grab the ones that are still limping, and I think there's 1 or 2 that I didn't end up getting done. But like I said, we're taking ones that I think that are looking like they might have some mites because they're chewing on their butts. We'll just take and spray them a little bit here. Don't take much of this E-Pro, or especially for lice, it don't take much to get them treated. I'll just spray them all the ones that I can see here, just because, why not? we're in here. Might as well get them treated. Oh, I think I got them all. I don't know if I got her over here. But pretty much think I got them all. So now I will grab the couple that I need to look at their feet because they're limping here and mess with them real quick. And then we'll wrap her up for today. So I'll go out here and grab one of these does that I seen that were limping, or actually Brooke told me that they were limping. I was out here looking at them earlier today, but I'll go grab one, bring it in. I know there's one that's still wrapped, that we wrapped a couple weeks ago, that I'm gonna take off the wrapping because there's no reason to leave that on them. And it'll help it start drying up a little bit too. It's been pretty wet last couple days around here, so that could be part of it, or we might have a touch of hoof rot or something like that. I'll show you guys how we deal with that as well. So So I guess I haven't trimmed her feet by looking at them. I can tell I haven't. But she is limping on that back foot, so we'll check that out as well. So let's get her feet trimmed up here. So I do have a hoof trimming video. I will leave an iCard up above for trimming hoofs. Have some with the Hoof Boss. Usually I use that, but the Hoof Boss is actually sent out. I broke the cord on it. Pretty much all my fault, not theirs. Got to send it out and get it fixed. But if you guys want to see a video of me trimming hoofs, look back at my videos. Or if you really want to see a new video, let me know. Most all our girls right now, feet are all trimmed. I have a couple I need to do still. The ones I got from my mom has to be done. This doe here, she's a nice doe. I don't know if you've seen her daughter in the show ring. She's the spotted up doe that we have. She's been in the 0 to 3 months and now in the 3 to 6 month. We've been showing her the last few months here. So this is her mom, but she's produced us some pretty good kids. We never really showed her much, but wasn't the reason why we bought her. So maybe we should get her in the show ring. You guys let me know if you think I should put her in the show ring. The biggest reason why she hasn't been in the show ring is because she can be a handle. She could be a handful, not a handle, but she can be a handful out when you're trying to catch her and stuff like that. So let me know. Like I said, maybe I'll take her out for either this year or next for a couple shows, see what she does. She'd be an age doe, so never know. Might be her time to get in the ring if she keeps on holding up the way that she is. And this is the foot she was limping on, and I can already smell the problem. Smells like she got a touch of hoof rot in here. So I'll show you guys what I do to take care of that. First things first, we get trimmed up. This may have little hoof wall separation. That probably don't help much either. And that kind of feels like where she is. Whenever I get hoof wall separation, I try to cut out the hoof wall to get it to start growing back. Because if you don't, it will keep on separating farther and farther. But yeah, she most definitely a little wet in there. So I'll show you guys what we do to get this treated. Some people use LA200. We have found the best thing to use. Hold on one second and I'll show you. This right here is what we use. Powdered copper sulfate. It's a granulated form. Works great. If I remember, I will leave a link to that down in the description. I get it from Amazon. That was the best place I could find to find the granulated stuff. Most of them want you to buy a 50-pound bag. I think this was 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds. It'll probably last us forever because we only use a handful on it. But that's anytime we get one that's starting to smell like it's hoof rot, we see the pinkness in there, or it's really wet and nasty, we'll take and put this on there. And usually within a week or so, it gets cleaned up. So what I do is usually get me some of this out here, vet wrap. I'll lift this up. I'll get this hoof started wrapping it, but I leave myself a gap in here. That's where I leave me a gap. Go in here, grab me a handful of this copper sulfate, pack it down in there as much as possible, move it around. Probably shouldn't have thrown that. Move it around, get packed in there good. And then don't wrap it too tight, but then I just wrap it up a couple times around there and gosh. And rip it off if it'll let me. But that's all we do. And usually it's gone in a week or two. They quit limping on it. You can pull off the bandage afterwards and usually it's pretty good. But I got one in here that I need to get the band-aids off. The bandages off. I don't like usually the bandages will fall right off a couple weeks. We got one out here that's left from when we did hoof trimming and stuff a couple weeks ago. That was limping pretty bad. I'm gonna grab her and I'll take off the bandages and I'll show you what's on the inside of it and how it cleared up because she had hoof rot as well. That's the only time we usually bandage their hoofs is if they have hoof rot. So you can see here on this doe, she has some bandages on her foot. Most of it's all came off on both of them. So I'll get the rest of that cut off of there. But she had some hoof rot on the front of her front feet, so but I get that cut off of there and then show you guys what it looks like after the fact here. Got that one on. Now let me bring you up here for a close-up on what her hoof looks like now. That now it's been treated in there. All dried up, pretty dry in there. Which before she was wet and super pink. Now it's pretty dry in there. I mean, it's been muddy out, so it's, like I said, it rained earlier today. But here's the other side. Don't see much of rottenness or anything like that, so looks pretty good to me. Now she's not limping on it either, so. But like I said, if you're got to deal with hoof rot, whatever, that copper sulfate granulated works pretty good. We don't usually have much problem after we treat it. I'm gonna wrap this up for today. Thank you guys for coming along, and see you on the next video.